it as it is. He's a fucking
Russian
asshole.
asshole.
A.S.S.H.O. Everybody, A. Oh.
And how he is built is going to be the typical bad guy in the Federation.
Basically, that one manager that thinks his representative or his client is the best and nobody else is good enough. It's a weird look at Russia from a guy that comes from Russia.
Yeah. He is probably the most stereotypical Russian you can think of.
Yep. When I thought of this character and pitched it to Emil, if you've ever seen the movie like The Rock, not The Rock, but the Rocky Balboa, when he faced the Russian was Dolph Lundgren, look at it that way. Because the Russians trained this fighter to be a killing machine and pushed him and pushed him and pushed him, and he was the best. Better than America. Better than anybody in the world. That's where Mr. B is coming from. He's got his wrestler. He's training his wrestler. He's pushing his wrestler to wipe out the competition.
And for all you gaming nerds out there, he would be the Soda Popinski.
Exactly.
That's what. Well, it was supposed to be vodka Drinkinski, but alcohol on Nintendo was kind of a. So it became Soda Popinski, but it was supposed to be a reference to that guy on Rocky.
On a turning point, he's also the manager that you're gambling with your career if you trust him. Because he'll use you like a dirty diaper. The minute that you start losing, he'll even whip your ass and go find his next, someone to leech off of, basically, to build fame. And poor Emil, he is a sweet guy.
Yes.
And for him to portray this type of dark character, it's like, what was your words when I sold this to you?
Holy shit! How am I going to pull this off? It was pretty much a mixture of fear, thinking that, oh, holy shit! But when you're in the groove, it is actually quite easy to become an asshole. I just have to dig up the asshole from my soul.
I mean, to share with the audience, you say you don't have a problem with it. Can you please give us a rough estimate on how big you are, like height and width? I mean, because Emil is a big boy.
Yes,
he has the presence of what he's going for.
I'm pretty much. I'm pretty much about, give or take, 6 feet tall, and about 200 to 300 pounds.
And Emil, in the furry fandom, he is the world's biggest Dutchie.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if they have that on. Do they actually have a record on who's the tallest Dutch Angel Dragon? Do they even keep track of the heights?
No, but it is tied between me and another guy. I can't remember his name right now.
Okay, huh? Let me rephrase that. Not tallest, but the world's widest Dutchie.
Oh.
I'm a pretty hefty guy, yes. I'm a pretty hefty guy.
We'll say
And
we'll say he's the fluffiest there.
Yeah, Fluffy is.
yes, uh,
It's big,
the
healthy,
thing is
fluffy, and
that
damn, you're still number 4.
the thing is that where I come from, Sweden, is really close uh, to Russia, to the Baltic states. What I have done, I nearly went into character there. I'm so sorry. Uh, what I've done,
See,
I've taken parts of some of them all. A
you
bit.
see, that's why I said sometimes it's not the problem of slipping out of character; it's when you accidentally slip into a character.
Emil, can you please do the audience a favor? This is going to be so awesome. Um, Imagine a 6 foot and very nice and round Dutch angel dragon, and you hear his voice now. Lava, can you say socks?
Socks!
And that
Oh
came out.
yes, that voice when it comes to America is going to be pissing off a lot of drive-throughs just because you're going to have a squeaky voice and then this Viking pops up and you're going to be like, did you just order? Did you just order at the drive-through?
Yeah, I did, bitch.
For all you Disney fans out there, you can picture Emil as the wonderful, adorable shopkeeper on Frozen, where he stood up and said, "What did you call me?"
Yes, I have actually had that comment a lot of times. Oh, is that character built around you? I'm just like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
Um,
And no, here in Sweden we don't talk like the Swedish chef. Thank you.
Okay, you got that?
yeah, no pooping a gurneys.
Might make a turn. All right.
Oh man, we know someone's gonna be watching this and being like, "Son of a bitch."
Could you tell us a little bit about where Media Dragon came from?
Yeah, please do tell.
um, I've always quoted movies or mimicked voices. Like it started like once in a while where it's like, uh, the bell would be ringing saying that we're almost late. It's like, get to the classes! Holy shit! And just we fucking full sprint. Things like that. Or I'd be sitting there quoting movies, even while playing video games. Uh, like shoot the dude and on Skyrim with the bow, and I'm like, give me your boots, your motorcycle, and your clothes. Just saying shit, even when I'm alone, and uh, a lot of my friends would be sitting there next to me, like, and I always wore like things with dragons necklaces or shirts, or I even had a pair of pants that a friend of mine had drawn. Like it was a pair of blue jeans that a friend of mine had drawn, like a serpent dragon, down the pant leg, and I loved those things for so long.
You have two specific characters, one of which that I adore. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, if you watch YouTube, we can leave a link to Media Dragon's YouTube channel in the description below, um, where he does Let's Plays in his character voices. One in particular, if you've ever played Skyrim and you know what a Khajiit is, he portrays a character known as Khmer. If you could give us a demonstration
Well,
of
first
Khmer,
give a little
please.
context to how I kind of made them.
Yeah.
For one, I heard the voices, and I was like, shit, I could do that, because I do voices all the time. But uh, it was because of a lot of friends would sit there and be like, oh my god, that's really good. Oh. So I started like writing backstory. And then I realized I fell in love with what I had created, and I'm like, son of a bitch, I fell in love. Goddamn. Son of bitch, I fell in love. Ah, shit. Now this one
Could
is.
you give us a line of script from one of your adventures when you were captured by the Empire?
People in blue wearing tunics. You got these people with their armor wearing dresses. It's all bullshit.
and and Kamir, the story, I love it. I mean, you have just started doing Let's Plays not too long ago using Skyrim and developing Kamir in, the story. Uh, the the Khajiit cat was on vacation or something and got caught by the Empire, and it was just a big giant clusterfuck.
I was gonna say you could, yeah. The point is, I had stopped to have a little drink and a little bit of food when I got over the the border to Skyrim, thinking, fuck, after the Oblivion crisis, I deserved a fucking vacation because everyone's like, hey, could you go fuck it? No, piss off. No. So then I go in to Skyrim. I'm thinking, this is way out in the fucking podunks, right? No one's gonna be asking me to do jack shit. They'll keep themselves to themselves, and I'll keep myself to myself, and I'll do what the fuck I want to do with my goddamn vacation. Apparently there was an organization that was going over the fucking border. They thought I was part of them, so I'm stumbling around drunk as all hell, and next thing you know, I get mashed in the back of the head with the shield, then I wake up in a fucking cart ready to get my head taken off.
And
Brilliant fucking vacation.
is it true that you looked up and saw Donald Trump on a podium?
Yes, and always spotting fire and bullshit. Took out the entire Helgen Keep.
And there is another character that you do that is it's very dear to my heart. And people can say what they want.
I will explain for that
fans,
too.
the fans of Five Nights at Freddy's, the character Foxy is very well known within the furry fandom and outside of the furry fandom. But as you all know, the animatronics, not all the animatronics had voices, and Foxy was one of those. Well, Media Dragon here gave his version of Foxy, what he thinks Foxy would sound like. And if you could, please give us a demonstration of that.
Again, first I'm going to give some of the context.
Yeah.
I always used to watch with my grandpa, whom had died of cancer. He was always messing with mechanics, and like he had made like a little hand that where you could sit there and twist bolts and stuff out of a car, or you had the little thing and you twisted it, and like the little hand would be like, and it looked a lot like Foxy's hand on Five Nights at Freddy's to a certain extent. And we always used to watch pirate movies, detective movies, and sometimes Western. I mean, this dude would never miss Gunsmoke. He was trimming trees and almost cut it off his finger to where it was hanging on by one piece of skin. Duct tape it up, watch an hour of Gunsmoke. All right, now I'll go to the hospital. A little dizzy, but I should make it to the hospital, no problem. Really? But when I saw like the hand and it was a pirate, I was like, it reminded me so much of my grandpa, but it was always so dilapidated, so fucked up looking. So I kind of made a little headcanon. It was the first time I've ever actually legitimately made like a fan character for more than just a story. Because again, I started making a story, and I even like was sitting there dicking around like, yeah, son of a bitch, fucking Chica, your fat ass needs to stay out the kitchen. And I'm like, yeah, and I had fun with it. And in all reality, it boiled down to nostalgia plus fun equals character. Uh, so it's just like, all right, so I developed it further. We did came up with my own headcanon that's completely separate. and it's meant for entertainment purposes. There's no financial like thing I'm gaining from it, and I even separated the name as Alpha Foxy because the thought process was if the blueprints didn't turn up, they couldn't just rebuild the things for Fazbear Fright. They couldn't find the blueprints. That meant someone else had to have bought those elsewhere. And it's that
Right.
organization that bought it that would have remade some or all the animatronics. And so that was where that headcanon came from, where Foxy was rebuilt with more modern technologies and not considered like. And of course, there'd be some of the programming because black box memory is a bitch. And so
Mhm.
introducing Alpha Foxy.
Yeah,
And
and I
good.
was uh, I was scrolling through here, and I saw some questions.
All right, lay it
Uh,
on me.
uh, this is from a female audience member, Mai,
Hi, my
or
my.
as she is known as Ice Me.
Okay.
Hello,
Hey.
Hello.
and she was actually wondering about the ACW.
Okay.
Uh, her first question, she has quite a few. Uh, First one are you going to let females in the ring as wrestlers or as management?
Okay. This is something that I have dreamed of since I was forced to watch football as a kid. Because, and for all you non-Americans out there, that's the American retarded version to where we pick up the ball and run with it. um, Go ahead, Sweden. What were you gonna say?
Back
I
to
was
you,
going to say white
fuckers.
collar football, but okay.
Stupid American picking up ball and calling it foot. But
Yeah,
there was never.
I just pan over to an Asian dude. It's not football. Why you use hand? You fucking do it wrong. Ball look like egg.
Yeah, but over here, there's never really been a legitimate female league of football, and that'd be something I'd love to see because the stereotype that a woman is weaker than a guy is complete and
Uh,
utter. As my buddy Kamir says, it's complete bull.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
Total and
bullshit.
utter bullshit. It's
If
it's.
you've ever actually seen a woman really fight,
Hold on, hold
she
on, hold on.
rips somebody's head off. Oh man. So
What would you call racism of gender? Genderism? This is bullshit genderism.
yeah. And it's been in every single sport and every single form of entertainment that I've seen. The only time you see real female action is if you go watch roller derby. I mean,
Or
okay,
pudding wrestling,
yeah,
which is
okay,
again
yeah,
sexual. Like, it's overly sexualized, or putting them in skimpy tight outfits. But never. I've noticed that where if it's any like woman's sport, it's they have to be in something skimpy for no apparent fucking reason other than to bring in.
because the stupid media, no pun intended, Dragon. Um,
Like I got control of that shit. If I
anything,
did, I would have told China like years ago. No, 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 fuck you. You're getting in the ring with McMahon and beating his ass. This I want to see.
yeah.
Fucking,
Um,
I would have loved to see China just beat the shit out of McMahon. Like, yeah, I'm the top dog. You about to be a bottom bitch? Yes, you will.
um, but to actually see some equal ground in sports and also entertainment platforms, it's something that I feel that a lot of people are wanting. And here in this modern time, you're starting to see that evolve. I seen it in the Mexican Federation, Lucha Underground, which I love that. I love that federation, and I want to incorporate some of the things that I see going on into the ACW, meaning there is no division of sexes. There's not going to be a woman's division title. There's not going to be a divas champion. We're not going to have hourglass figure women wearing thong bikinis running around and doing face slap, hair pulling bitch fights. No, because a woman can fight better than that. I've seen female wrestlers who put their heart, soul, blood, sweat, and tears to a character in the independent circuits, and they never get a shot. Why? Because they're not the perfect image. And it's bullshit. It pisses me off. So in the ACW, if a woman is, trained properly, she has her schooling because there is pro wrestling schools, and she's good, and she wins over the crowd. If she wants to go after the listen at me, nope, ACW championship title, more power to her. She has that right. There can be a woman tag team champions. There could be a woman male tag team champions. There's no limit, no barriers, and it gives a more sense of realism and comfortable feeling when you're watching something like wrestling. You're not divided between women and men. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this day and age when there's the transgenders and stuff like that. When you eliminate the division, there's no argument, except for who's going to get their ass whipped tonight.
Besides, it would be very much like adorable to some extent to have like a couple that are an item do a tag team because they spend so much time together. You know damn well that they could have like little hand gestures and signs that they'll just be like, and then it's just like, and then suddenly double off the top rope maneuver where it's both like both sides of the torso just got elbow drop, knocking every ounce of wind, and then a pin from both. And like it's just because they spend so much time together, they can work out that communication. So not only would it be awe-inspiring to watch that amount of synchronization in theory, but it would be adorable as hell to see like a couple legitimately fight together against another pairing. There's just so much that could go just so right.
There is a couple ACW wrestlers that, well, they're not signed with us yet, but we got our eye on them. We're talking to them, getting the finalization paperwork and stuff ready, talking interviews, and there will be a chance to where there will be a tag team, male and female, that they kind of have like a pairing figure skating type persona. You're going to see a lot of more graceful, powerful moves that you will not see on programs such as WWE and TNA and all that. Because the outside feds, they ban a lot of stuff, and the stuff that a lot of wrestling fans want to see. They're tired of the same old shit.
Shit, we're approaching 30 minutes.
What I am getting from this is that it's going to be a lot of changes in the wrestling federation. A lot of new blood coming in. A lot of nice new moves, dirty fighting, all of that.
Uh-huh.
And I think this is great. And I actually have one question more here
Okay.
uh, from my.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, or if I wanted to be a manager, I could do that, right?
Yes, you would
There's
have to.
equal. It
Um, like media said, we're running short on time. I'll make this quick. Yes, if you go through the proper procedures of joining A.C.W., which will be speaking with me, going through the interview process, and also some character development training. Yes, because we have to make sure that you're safe, you know what you're doing, because just like any athletic sport or stuff like that, the unknown element is there. Something could happen, something could go wrong, and we need to make sure that you know what to do. All right.
Yes.
But media, does that are we done with this one?
yes, we will do further for characters in the second half if you will stay tuned for the next one.
Okay, so we can't push in another question then.
Well,
Sure, what the hell.
okay.
Yeah, because this is a kind of off topic, but it is actually really interesting
Okay.
because this is what we haven't said to the audience yet, and I think this will give shed some light.
Okay.
Um, how long have you been a furry?
I've been a
Th-
furry since 2012, and it's a long story we do not have time for. And also, I saved that story for when I'm doing panels and stuff, or I might tell you the whole story in a later episode. But media, how long have you been?
Since 1998.
Okay, and you, Mr. Emil.
I've been going strong right now for 3 years.
Okay, so yep, we're all freaking furries. That answers your
Yes,
question.
we are
So,
all floofbots.
well, I guess time is up for this one. We will see you in the next part two of this podcast. This is Jake the Wildside Williams.
This
And
is Media Dragon.
This is Emil, aka Bruno, Mr. B, the bear.
this
Signing
is
off.
A.C.W. Podcast signing off.